All right, let's do it. Let's start in a nice easy seat. We'll grow up nice and tall. Settle in those sit bones, whatever feels good for the legs. Check in with that body today. Drop the shoulders nice and low and really start to breathe into that space that you feel between the ears and the shoulders. Go ahead and blink the eyes closed if that feels okay. Noticing that breath, that inhale, that exhale. Feeling the body settle and soften and giving yourself permission to be just here, just for now, leaving everything else off the map. Let's start with some body circles. Maybe start nice and small in those circles here first. And then gently start to grow that circle a little bit wider and a little bit bigger. And then coming back to neutral, we'll switch directions, again, starting small. And growing a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. One more breath. And then back to center, growing tall. We're going to inhale, reach up toward the sky, stretch. On your exhale, we'll twist to the right, reach that right hand behind, left hand toward that right knee. On an inhale, we'll stretch up tall through center. And we'll exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, we'll bring those hands all the way down. And let's come to tabletop next, hands and knees. Stacking those shoulders over the wrists, those hips over the knees. Let's draw little hip circles here first, starting whichever direction you want to. And gently start to grow a little bigger with those circles. And then we'll come to center, start those circles the other way. Nice and small at first, gently growing a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Back to center, we'll cat and cow with the breath, inhaling to lift the gaze, drop the belly button. Exhaling to round the spine, tuck the chin. And then just your pace of breath to flow back and forth. One more breath. And then we're going to come all the way up to kneeling. We're going to bring our hands to that lower back. Squeeze the elbows together. Press into the lower back to send the hips forward, the gaze up and over. Back around to center. Take your time. We're going to do a little gate. Maybe you want to turn to the wide edge. We're going to extend our left leg first. Bring our arms out to a T. We'll slide down the left leg, right arm up and over. Through center, we're going to lower those right fingers, sweep the left up and over. And then back to center. Take your time, find that balance. Pull the left leg in. We'll extend the right leg. Down the right leg first. Open up that left side body. And through center, lowering those left fingers, we'll sweep the right. And back to center. Again, finding balance. We'll pull that right leg in, turn back to the top of the mat if you need to. And again, those hands to the lower back. We'll take that little back bend up and over. Inhale, start to make your way back around. We're going to drop the hands to the mat and then walk them out for that puppy stretch, keeping those hips nice and high. And then we'll walk those hands to the top of the mat, tuck the toes, and we're going to find our way to that first down dog of our practice. Getting settled in here. Walk that dog, bend the knees. Then as we're ready, traveling to the top of our mat into a rag doll. Bend the knees as much as you want to. Grab opposite elbows, hang the head. And then as we release, we're going to roll to our mountain, really nice and tall. On our inhale, we'll reach up tall. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale for a halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, we'll sweep tall. Exhale, hands to that lower back. Squeeze those elbows together. We'll take that little back bend here, standing. Inhale to begin to roll forward. Exhale, we'll fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall. Exhale, hands to that lower back, squeezing the elbows together, hips forward, chest up and over. Inhale, rolling back around. Exhale, fold. This time, bend the knees, plant the hands, and find your plank. High plank or modified. Exhale to lower down. Squeeze those elbows in along the body. Inhale, lift just the chest. Baby cobra. Exhale, we'll send it up and back. Down dog. Or a child's pose if you prefer. On our inhale, we're going to travel to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping tall. Exhale, chair. We're going to sink those hips. Exhale, we'll fold. Plant those hands. Find our plank. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, lift. And we'll press it up and back. Down dog. Inhale, traveling to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping tall. Exhale, sink for your chair. Chest lifted here, weight in the heels. Exhale, folding, coming to our plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra or your up dog. Exhale, pressing back. Down dog. Inhale, traveling to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling tall. Exhale, chair. Exhale, fold, finding our plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, send it back, down dog. On that inhale, we're going to travel to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping tall. Exhale for chair. Exhale, folding. We're going to step our right foot back. Crescent lunge, growing tall. Take your time, ball of that back foot. We're going to add a chest expansion here. Elbows, pull them back, tip that gaze up. Back to our crescent. Drawing our hands to heart center, a big step to the top of the mat. Hands to the lower back, up and over. Inhaling forward, exhale, fold. The left foot will step back, crescent lunge. Pull those elbows back for the chest expansion. Breathe. Back to crescent. Hands to heart center. And that big step to the top. Hands to our lower back and that little back bend. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Right foot back, crescent lunge. Chest expansion. Back to crescent. Drawing our hands to heart center. This time as we start to step to the top, this back right leg is going to come out in front toward 90 degrees. And then we'll bring it back to our mountain. Exhale, we'll fold. Round that spine, step the left foot back, crescent lunge. Chest expansion. Crescent lunge. Hands to heart center. Pulling that back left leg up, out in front. And then planting. We're going to fold forward, step back to our down dog, stretch it out, lift those hips, hang the head. And then take those knees nice and wide, touch the toes. Breathe into that lower back as you find your child's pose. A couple of breaths here. On our inhale, we're going to flow forward. Exhale, send it back, down dog. And then we'll inhale, step walker hop to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it tall. Exhale, find your chair. Exhale, fold, right foot, stepping back for our crescent lunge. Chest expansion. Crescent lunge. Hands to heart center as we draw that right foot out in front. We're going to cross that right leg in front of the left, maybe above the knee, maybe the shin, maybe on the mat. We're going to sink back to our gentleman's chair. Keep those hips sinking back. Weight in that left heel. Growing tall. Right knee out in front, and we'll plant. Exhale, sink it back for chair. Exhale, fold. Left foot back. Crescent lunge. Chest expansion. Crescent lunge. Hands to heart center. And we're going to pull that left knee out in front. We'll cross the left ankle over that right leg wherever we see fit. And we'll sink in those hips. Keep that gaze on something not moving. Growing tall, left knee out in front, and we'll plant. Couple of breaths here in our mountain. We have one more round. Maybe rock on those feet a little bit. Lift the toes, lift the heel. And then one last round, we're gonna sink for chair. Exhale, fold, right foot back, crescent lunge. Chest expansion. Crescent lunge. Hands to heart center. We're gonna pull that right knee up, out in front, crossing over that left leg, gentleman's chair, figure four chair. Growing tall, right knee out in front. Then right hand is gonna look for that right foot for dancer, any version of dancer that you like. You can stay nice and tall and straight, or you can kick into that back right hand. Keep that chest lifted. And then we'll bring back to center and release. Shake things out a little bit. Last side. Find that chair, sink it back. Exhale, fold. Left foot back. Crescent lunge. Chest expansion. Crescent lunge. Hands to heart center. We're going to pull that left leg up, out in front. Crossing, sinking back for our gentleman's chair on this side. Growing tall. Left knee out in front. Left hand finding our left foot. Right arm reaching up. Dancer. Back to center. And release. Nice. Couple of final breaths here in our mountain. Again, maybe rock on those feet. Grow tall. And then one more time. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, folding, finding plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. And we'll send it up and back. Down dog. Last one. So we'll stay for a couple of breaths. Really lift those hips. Sink the heels. Hang the head, feel that breath. And then as you're ready, a nice child's pose. Sinking back, slowing the breath a little bit, grounding down. And on our inhale, making our way back to that tabletop, let's take a few rounds of our cat and cow here. Inhaling for cow, exhaling for cat. Gonna check in with that lower back. We've been stretching out and working a little bit here. One more. And then as we find neutral, we're going to open up that left arm toward the sky. On our exhale, we're going to sweep that left hand all the way under, lower that left ear. Right hand can walk to the top or be bound to the lower back. And then we're going to plant in that right hand, sweep the left and release. Taking the other side, right arm reaching up, exhale, we'll sweep it under and we'll find our twist on this side. And we'll plant that left hand to sweep the right arm all the way open one more time. Exhale, release. And we're going to make our way to that nice easy seat. And let's send our left leg out. We'll plant the right foot coming into a twist. We'll turn toward that right knee, gazing over that back right shoulder. As we come back around to center, we'll cross that right ankle over the left, extending both legs. Inhale tall, exhale to fold. And release. We'll leave the right leg nice and long. We'll plant that left foot and we'll twist. Pull those right toes back towards you, gazing back. And then back around to center. We'll extend that left leg to cross over the right. Inhale tall, exhale fold. And release. All right, planting those feet. We're going to roll all the way down onto the back, getting settled in here. Let's windshield wiper the knees a little back and forth, side to side, maybe goalpost the arms. And then we'll leave the knees to the left. Maybe tip the gaze to the right. Kind of slow the breath here. Sink the body toward the mat and into this gentle twist. And then we'll come up through center. Exhale, drop those knees to the right, the gaze to the left. And then as we come back to center, we're going to hug those knees into chest, really seal that lower back against the mat, and then rock right to left, left to right. If you want to find happy baby, you can do that. Just massaging out the spine. Some nice big deep breaths. And then on that next exhale, we're going to release. Send the legs nice and long down the mat. Make sure those shoulder blades are nice and low. Let the feet fall open out to the corners of the mat. Relax the arms. Blink the eyes closed if it feels okay to do so. And just feel that back body against the mat. Allow yourself to sink and settle and soften as you focus on and follow the breath. Few more breaths here to feel that back body grounded and connected. To feel that slow breath coming in and out. And then we're going to bring those feet to the mat. Planting those feet, we'll make our way to either side, rolling to the left or to the right. sealing in all the good of our practice. A few final breaths to thank ourselves for coming, to breathe in all the good, and to exhale out onto the mat anything we'd rather leave here. And then we'll press our way back up into a nice easy seat. Thank you, as always, for joining practice. The light in me greets, honors, and bows to the light in you. Namaste. Whew, I got nice and warm in there, adding a little balance to the mix today. Oh, Dee, thank you so much.